Folks, there is something called art and there is something called artistry. If we understand these two concepts, when we manifest them in our hearts, we gradually bring forth something that is called motion. And when we have motion, we understand true success. Sometimes people tend to think success as being right in number one's position. But if you move from one place to the next, you understand the progression that it takes. That in itself is success. Because success is not being at a position. True success means we're growing. Welcome to BrBpTV. Be real, be positive. It's your host, Mr. Lex. And we are here, of course, for another segment on BrBpTV Interviews, where we're going to demonstrate to you someone who has indeed been doing a thing and has elevated yet on a progression standpoint. Folks, some time ago, we brought to you a model by the name of Nicole Morrison. And today we have another model who is taking part in Dominica's Next Supermodel. Of course, we're going to see who she is and what she's all about, hear what she has to say in her individual segment here on BrBpTV. So keep it locked right after this.
Be real.
Be real.
Be real.
Being real is genuine.
You mustn't be a force within yourself.
This is who you are.
Be positive. Be positive.
Be positive.
Bright side of everything. Always believe that things can work, things can happen, that you can.
BrBpTV.
Be real. Be positive.
One less reach out, one less shot. How make that one a man question?
Welcome back to BrBpTV. Be real, be positive. And the person standing by here is known as Carlyn Valmond. First of all, Carlyn, welcome to BrBpTV. Welcome. Nice to have you here. First of all, let's right off the bat. Your name for me seems to be posing a lot of problems. Always very simple, don't get me wrong. But what is the spelling of your name? Is it Carlyn, L-Y-N, or Carline, L-I-N-E?
It's supposed to be Carlyn, but on my birth certificate it is spelled C-A-R-L-I-N-E.
So your real name is Carlyn then, C-E-R-L-I-N-E. Yeah. Carlyn, however you want to pronounce it. Okay, cool, cool. And the reason you are here is because of modeling. You're taking part in Dominica's Next Supermodel. How did you get involved in modeling?
To be honest, I have no idea. It started out, I hated photos before. I just like to be creative, do something unorthodox or out of the ordinary. And some photographer was on a photo shoot and he was taking a picture of a model. Then he asked if I would like to just take out pictures just for myself. And I said yes, totally. And then after the shoot, he decided that he really liked the photos. So he asked me to join a photo shoot that same weekend. So I was like, yeah, I'm just going to do it for fun. Okay. That's just so that from basically that's the starting point where your modeling career, so to speak, began, or your modeling path began? Pretty much, yeah.
And how old were you then?
16.
16. And how old are you now?
19.
19, so 3 years ago. That's not very long, but it's indeed a progress that you coming from there to actually taking part in the supermodel, Dominica's Next Supermodel. Okay. So considering that aspect, why did you get involved in Dominica's Next Supermodel? Why did you see that as a path that you should take, next step in life?
I wanted to have first-hand experience or what it would feel like, or an idea of how it would feel like working as a model. In addition to that, I wanted to practice public speaking, to be more out there, get out of my introverted shell, and try something new that was different from my beliefs. Basically that.
No, Carlyn, I'm going to speak to you the truth.
Yeah.
You are very cute. You are wonderful. I don't know, God must have touched you, and you are beautiful. But you are also very short. Now, considering models, I know models to be like tall, kind of individuals. You know your height? Do you know your height?
Yes.
What's your height?
5'2".
5'2". And you are taking part in the modeling career. How does it feel to be short? Well, you are considered short compared to models. Because when I watch a picture, you're like the shortest in all of them. Yeah, but how do you think that as a model, does it really cater to your height or to the level of cuteness that you have?
Basically, based on what I've seen, everyone is more apt about height than cuteness. However, I'm ready to break the norm, just like Obama did when he went up for president.
Oh, yes, yes, the first black president.
Yes.
Okay.
So I want to break the norm and become, if possible, the first less than 5'8" model.
So wait a while. That's the height for models.
Yes, 5'8" and up.
Okay. She's actually on the high chair right now, and I'm the low chair.
I'm fun size.
She's fun size. That's cute. Yeah. There's a compilation of pictures that you have taken part in different, I guess, agencies or with people or yeah, with people and things. So just have a look at that. She's really cute, man. You're gonna enjoy these things.
For this girl, oh, isn't it that gold in your eyes that got me going on? Isn't it that warmth in your smile keep me going on? 'Cause darling, you are amazing. I see it in your eyes. Oh baby, you are amazing. I feel it when you smile. Yeah. Isn't it that gold in your eyes that keep me smiling? Isn't it that gold in your eyes that keeps me holding on? Yeah.
As you can tell, Carlyn does have that vibrancy when it comes to taking pictures and photography. To me, you pretty much have everything necessary for
Except height.
except no, it's sometimes it's not really about of the height. It's just that the attitude that involved in how you take pictures and how you do different things. But considering you as an individual, what aside from modeling, what other abilities and skills do you own and possess?
Cooking skills, first of all.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
Can you cook lasagna?
Trust me, I love your lasagna, so that's a must.
I'm gonna be,
Yeah, definitely, no problem. And then I also play volleyball, table tennis, lawn tennis, and football.
Wow, so you're very active.
Was. I actually started it in college at 16.
But I knew you playing tennis in high school, though.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of the first thing I noticed about Carlyn. I was like, Carlyn, something interesting about her. She's different. She's not necessarily tall. She's not necessarily, that kind of person that's, by themselves. Even though in her personality itself, she seems to be shy.
I am very.
She seems to be a little bit reserved. Yeah. How important do you think your personality is when it comes to, taking pictures or, how you portray yourself? One of the things that drew me to you was your personality. Because when I saw you, and this is the actual picture, the first picture I saw her when she did a modeling, this is it, where you were on the Canon, and you were like, I was like, wow, and your facial expression was that of like an actress. I would consider you something close to Jennifer Aniston.
I love her.
Yeah, she's really, really dope on how she does. I'm like, girl, you need to start doing stuff that involves like cameras and pictures and acting and all of that stuff. So that's one of the things. So how important do you think your personality is in doing these kind of things?
First of all, it enables me to bring something new to the table every time. I personally believe that I aim to be outstanding, everything out of the box. Well, they say there is a box really, but everybody just restrict themselves to one area, and I don't want to do that.
True.
If I want to be somewhere, like Einstein said, in order to be number one, you have to be different. I want to be different. I want to portray difference.
True, and your character has something to do with that as well. How you relate to persons. In other words, like you see them doing this, you see them doing that, but you're bringing your own personality and surrounding your character to try to, I guess, bring in and wheel in the people to always look for you? Because there's a picture of you, and I don't know. Well, I'm gonna tell you straight off. Your picture had the most likes in all of the others, and this is the picture right there. She has the most likes in like all of them. And when I saw that picture, I just knew. But in terms of your character, how do you relate to persons? I mean, there are different characteristics.
Yeah.
How do you relate to like different people in that setting? Do you guys have beef? Do you have fight a
No,
lot and
never.
stuff?
Oh my God, no. I don't have time for beef with people. I find that just really uncalled for, firstly, and there's no reason to. Even if someone dislikes you, gotta kill them with kindness.
True. He
And
cools on the head, yeah.
Then hopefully, even if you do not really relate to each other or like each other, but there is something you can learn from them. So being friendly with them, like too friendly, isn't necessary.
Yeah.
But at least, be nice to them. You never know, they will come around and you will learn something from them. And sometimes in their hard times or your hard times, they will help you.
That has something to do with your internal makeup.
Yes.
That has definitely something to do with your internal makeup and how you see life and how you feel like we can progress as a unit, as a nation,
Yes,
as a people,
everybody.
as Dominicans.
Yes. One people.
One people, one nation.
Amen.
Indeed. Indeed. We actually have the Dominica's Next Supermodel video for you guys where she took a part. Well, she was a part of that video as well, so take a look at it. I noticed you guys taking a lot of pictures
Yeah.
in like exercising and doing different things, jumping up and down.
Yeah.
How important do you think it is to have a healthy lifestyle?
Very important in the sense where I want to live to more than 100 years.
Yeah, like Mapambo.
Yes,
Yes, indeed.
definitely. I also, I want to live a healthy lifestyle, there are measures that I take, like eating and exercising, and also the mental healthness and wellness as well.
Yeah.
I talk to friends, I listen to music and other stuff.
Positive.
Yes.
Surrounding yourself with positive vibes, positive people. Okay, cool. Now, in terms of your routine, but even before we reach there, lifestyle, I have to speak on lifestyle. Okay. Sometimes you tend to see some of these models that go forth because they're part of the show. They tend to always eat properly, and after the show, they just start eating all kind of crap and things that. So it's basically putting up a front. So in a sense of carrying out that true lifestyle, does that seem to be something that is, so to speak, television for television, or should you really keep it going? I mean, it's not just about television, because I think you guys are vying for being a supermodel.
Yeah.
And being a supermodel is something like a role model.
Yeah.
We have to touch on that in a moment.
Yes.
Definitely. But I think it has something to do with the individual yourself, because if you're portraying something, that's not being real at all. And although it's something positive, if it's something positive and it's fake, I mean, both kind of go hand in hand. It has to be real and positive.
Yes, genuine. Yeah.
Exactly. So what do you think about that? People that tend to do these things.
I think it's sad in a sense where even after the show, people still look up to you. They still see you as someone they like and they admire, and they want to be somewhat like you. So just giving yourself away because you didn't win the show, just was putting up a front, people are going to say like, really, is that all? You just lose faith and you don't continue anymore.
And it's also going to reflect on the show as well.
Yes.
Because if the show is portraying this, and I think there should be some screening involved. We'll talk about that. We'll definitely talk about it. But going back to your lifestyle in terms of your routine, what is your daily routine, so to speak, when it comes down to eating and health and basically exercising? Yes.
First thing in the morning, after I pray, I go to exercise and then I take a bath. But I try to exercise.
So you don't eat at all before you exercise?
No, I don't eat too much, or I don't drink too much water because it gives me stitches or it makes me really fatigued. So I tend to exercise first, get that out of the way. I don't know why, but when I'm exercising on like an okay stomach, I'm able to exercise and do more and sweat more than if I were to be full. And then I continue during the day with my beauty face wash. And stuff.
Natural or chemicals?
I'll go with any soap, just being careful. So basically natural. I rely more on the bush.
Easy bush.
As we say in Dominica.
Yeah.
And then I go from my day from work, come back home, exercise, same routine, and then I go back, get the practices that I need, and all that stuff.
Okay, so describe your exercising routine for me.
Oh,
what do you do?
I push myself every day. So at first I started out doing 50 sit-ups.
Yeah.
25 crunches, 50 squats, 10 push-ups. I'm not a big fan of the push-ups. 20 leg ups and various other exercises.
So that's basically your routine that you do. You mentioned something about not drinking water. I guess it has something not drinking water in it because it makes you feel stitch. I don't. What do you mean by stitch?
A stitch is a pain that you get in your abdominal muscle.
Okay. Well, I guess that has something to do with the individual and how their body works.
Not necessarily that happens to everyone. It's just the quantity that you drink.
Yeah.
So before exercising, if I have to drink water, I take very
little. Okay. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Because I know sometimes I've from my own research, I've gathered the information where they say you should drink water in the morning.
Yes.
That allows you to go.
The heart circulatory system.
And your cells as well. So it keeps you going. But I guess when it comes to exercising, you have to drink a limited amount, or in bits and pieces.
Like it's not, you don't necessarily have to drink bits and pieces. It's just that prior to exercise, you have to be very careful with the amount of water you drink.
Yeah.
But throughout the day, when you're not so active, you can drink as much as you believe you can.
Well,
that's better.
Well, I guess in that sense, because it keeps you going, keeps you going and keeps you awake. Especially if you guys notice that every time somebody is tired, they tend to go for water.
Yes.
They always tend to go for water because I guess it rejuvenates them somehow or something. So I guess that's where that information comes from. When you get up in the morning, drink a glass or 2 glasses of water and stay without for like 45 minutes.
It's recommended because it helps with circulatory system.
Yeah.
So there's scientists say that a person is they have like 3 heart attacks every night, but it's minor. It's a study. So when it's minor, so drinking water before you go to bed, when you wake up. When you wake up from in the middle of the night, it's good to drink water, and as soon as you wake up, so these are like most recommended times to drink water.
Well, that I don't think that's for people with weak bladder, because they will end up, doing things in the bed. Okay.
Well, I haven't researched that area yet.
Yeah. Okay. No, you're from Portsmouth. You say you're from Portsmouth.
Yes, I am.
Nicole Morrison. We had Nicole Morrison on BrBpTV a few weeks ago. She's also
model. I am in love with Nicole Morrison.
Yeah.
And everything she does.
So have you met her? Have you talked to her based on that pathway that you're choosing? Because she didn't win. Yeah. She didn't win. But she went further than most of the models that she was around in that arena. So have you met up with her? Have you talked to her, get advice and all?
Actually, no, I haven't.
Why not?
Well, I don't see her.
Oh.
as often as I'd hope, or I don't see her at all.
Okay.
And then I'm not a big fan of Facebook, and I don't have contact with her.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
impossible.
Okay. But you're in that competition, the same competition that I'm mentioning. Nicole took part in,
Yeah.
but she did not win. So what does that say, in a sense, to your pathway that you choose? Because she went like far. She went far. I'm talking about like celebrity designers,
New York,
New York,
Milan,
Paris, and Milan, and all these
Antigua.
places.
Yes.
Antigua, St. Martin. She went like, I mean, just name it. She went there.
It says to me, don't give up.
Don't
Chase
give
your
up.
dreams no matter what.
Mm.
And no matter what obstacle you face, life has its ups and downs, but go for it. If you truly want something, don't let anything or any disappointment obstruct you.
And it seemed like that was a stepping stone for her.
Yeah.
Because she also learned, yes, it was, well, back then, I don't know how is it now, it's now, but back then she was like, she also learned something, how to do certain things, and when they brought in different people,
Yeah.
so that helped her grow. I guess that's the same thing that can happen for you as well.
Yes,
Or it is happening. All
It is
right.
happening.
Okay.
Like I said, prior to the show, I was very shy and introverted.
Yeah.
I spoke to people on a regular basis, but in front of crowds, I'll be very scared. I would be afraid of what I'd say, if people wouldn't like me, if I'm not good enough, I'm too short, I'm not pretty, or I'm not smart. But going for the show, I have learned to walk in heels, first of all.
You look good in heels. You look really, she does.
I've also learned to speak properly, or to be less shy,
Yeah.
and to have more confidence in myself. That regardless of where I go, my interaction with people is also key in what I do.
Yeah, and I think it has something to do with elevating your self-esteem.
Yes.
Because you are, you are vying for being a supermodel.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's Dominica or America, but a supermodel is still a model nonetheless.
Yes.
So you getting out of that low self-esteem issue, so to speak, is something that is progression. Like I was saying
Yes.
earlier when I just started, it's the progression of that artistry that you're taking part in.
Yes.
So all that comes into play before, where you had the model ending up in the incident in England. How do you think that you're supposed to portray yourself? Or do you think that's something that it doesn't really matter, it's just something you grow from, or it's something that you need to do? How do you think you grow from it then?
Well, you take advice of critics. Like, often people think they're just criticism, but some of them can be constructive criticism. And I personally see there are areas that I can work on. So I take what I believe is necessary and I use it. In addition to that, I seek advice from more experienced people, like Nicole Morrison. Her pictures, I look at the pictures and see
how to
what
do things.
I can do, or
Okay.
what I should do. Or Miss Ruth Augustine, whatever she says, and she's really good at giving advice. She's a great pep talker, so shout out to her.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, so basically I take what I believe necessary and I try to work on where I'm weak.
Okay, now in terms of that model now, do you think there should be some kind of screening process that takes place? How do you think that some way reflected on, probably I shouldn't ask you that, but how do you think it would reflect on how we portray individuals to be, especially people that we are tending to look forward to or look up to? How do you think that syncs with the people? Do you think there should be some screening process that takes place?
Yes, there should be. The auditions, there should be a screening process. I may sound mean. But some girls, they come and they don't seem that ready or intrigued by it.
Yeah.
So they don't place as much effort as they should, or they don't get beforehand talking to.
So you think they just go up because, oh, it's supermodel, oh, I win something at the end? Or
I believe they truly believe that they can do it, but I just wish like some other people would. Yes, I'm so mean right now.
It doesn't matter. Speak the truth and cause it what it will.
Some some people, if they really want to get somewhere, they should like work for it more than they are, or at least place a little effort and be. Modeling is a very hard work, I've heard, and sometimes people aren't as nice as the persons that we're working with.
Yeah.
But they can be very harsh and inconsiderate at times, and they're thinking that, you know what, I'm just doing this for somebody and part of me, but it's like part of me just don't care.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's really nice. If you want it, try your best, prove to people that you want it, and not just say you want it verbally and not work for it.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna be a supermodel. I was part of that. You can put that in your resume or something. But I think there should be some screening process taking place where they go about and they decipher who you are as an individual, and you know, because when you represent in a company, you guys also have sponsors as well.
Yeah.
Some of you, well, whatever, if you guys are sponsors or not, then whatever you guys are representing, you represent those sponsors as well.
But we're not only representing Dominica Next Supermodel or the sponsors or our own selves, but we're representing Dominica because this video are displayed internationally.
Yes, that's true, that's true.
So it kind of makes me sad when people don't think about what they are doing, in the sense that they may be embarrassing or they're taking away opportunities from others like myself if we want to pursue something. So when they see that generally people from that particular place aren't that serious or that humble, then they wouldn't be sure about the others that are more serious.
Okay, okay. Now you're in the competition. What are the pros and the cons? Deal with the pros first.
The pros, I learn a lot, like speaking. And the interviews, I'm learning to speak more slowly and clearly.
Yeah.
I'm also learning to walk. Also improving on my interpersonal skills.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm having an experience of what is happening, and I'm making new friends.
Yeah, that's always a good thing.
I love
social. Yeah.
I love them.
Okay, and what are the cons now?
The amount of time we're investing in it.
Yeah.
I love sleep and I love pizza.
No.
Yes, unhealthy foods.
Yeah, you gotta break that down.
Yes,
you gotta break that down.
Limit them.
And I guess that agency kind of teaches you what not to do and what to do.
They give you advice.
Yeah.
I've never been of a chocolate. I hate chocolate. Sorry.
Yeah.
I hate chocolate, but pizza.
You love it.
I love it, and having not to eat it as often, plus exercise. Exercise and I are enemies.
Oh my.
Yes.
But then you gradually get to accept it and develop yourself and help yourself grow.
It's really it's fun.
So it turn around now.
Yes.
Okay.
And then when you see your little abs coming in, you get more motivated.
Yeah.
Like, yes,
that is it. That is it. Yes.
Yes.
I think that's what Tyrus is. Yes, girl. Yes, and stuff. Yeah.
And the next con of it is criticism. Like I said.
But that can be pro as well, you know. But it depends on who it comes from.
Exactly. That's what I'm going to say. Like I was saying, that they are constructive criticism.
Yes.
And they're just blatant foolishness on the other hand.
Indeed.
Where people would be saying rude comments that will not teach you anything or it's completely far from the topic.
Yeah.
So, and you have to deal with that, no matter how disgusting or sad or bad it makes you feel. You have to deal with it in a mature
professional manner. Yeah. No, in terms of the girls that you deal with on a day-to-day basis, I know when first of all, I know when girls come together, and it's not necessarily everybody, but beef tends to arise for the simplest things. What is that unity? You guys share unity amongst you guys, amongst yourselves. Do you have that kind of a relationship? Definitely. I know from the last set, these guys, they seem to have a unity among themselves. No, I'm not sure for you guys. Do you guys have that unity, that love, that kind of my sister, my, you know?
Okay, we definitely do actually. If regardless of the fact that it is a competition, we seek to help each other because no one really wants to win just because everyone else was bad.
Yeah.
So we help with. They tend to help me, give me advice, and I give them advice as well. They teach me certain things that I cannot do, and believe me, I am weak in a lot of areas. But because of them, I have improved significantly. In addition to that,
so it's basically like you scrub my back, I scrub your back.
I ain't scrubbing nobody back.
No,
yes,
it just
yes.
Okay, good. No, what advice would you want to give persons who are, from what you've learned thus far, what advice would you give persons who are, trying to go down or up the modeling path?
Go for it. Just go. Don't look back. If you're going for it, don't let anything or anyone try to break you down. If you want it, really, it appears to be easy, but it's really not that easy. So if you really want it, just give your all. Like, invest your time, your money, your sleep. But it's at the end of the day, it's going to be worth it. And regardless of the fact you win or not, you're going to learn something, and it will, because you will be motivated by that, you will not want to stay there. Because before entering the competition, I was unsure of myself. But right now I'm seeing that even if I may not win, I am not stopping there. Like Nicole did, I am going to push
forward.
Yes.
No matter what the circumstances, you gotta push forward.
Yes.
Forward ever, backward never. What's next? I mean, if you win, what's next? If you don't win, what's next?
Okay. If I win, believe you me, I'm going to work as hard as ever. I'm working hard already.
But harder.
But really, really harder. Like team no sleep if I must.
You going Hulk?
Yes. I just need to get green first. Yes. So I'm going to also push myself to become a noticeable person, so everyone would know my name. In addition to that, I want to help other Dominicans and be a motivator to them as well, because Dominica, though it may be small, it has a lot of
potential.
talent, a lot. And I am surprised at what I see sometimes. I mean, I'm not supposed to be surprised, but the things that some people do are just like
mind-blowing,
American Idol kind of thing.
Okay.
Kind of awesome.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I guess it's that progression that takes place when you move from one place to the other.
Yes.
And understanding who you are as an individual, you get to understand what's next in your arena, what's next in your progression. Now, if you don't win now, what's going to be next for you?
You're still going to see my face on television one way or the other.
You going into acting?
I don't know. I've always loved acting.
You suit that well, man. Girl, I know talented. I know talent.
Yes, whatever I want to do. But if I don't win, as a short-term goal, I will work on acting or continue the modeling. But my biggest aspiration for as long as I can remember, well, I can't remember, was to become an archaeologist.
Okay.
History and science. I love that.
Okay. So any last words do you have to tell the people?
Okay, have faith in yourself. Jesus himself emphasized on faith. And no matter how little faith you have, if you want to get somewhere, your drive will increase and you learn. And the more you see yourself progress, the more you would want to. Don't feel comfortable in one place. We are made as human beings to progress and to reach and to be someone. So find your role or your way in society. Get out there and invest in your talents.
Good advice from Carlyn Valmond right there. Anyways, you don't know, we're wrapping up here on BrBpTV. Remember, be real.
Be positive.
Easily.